Good evening, friends. I hope y'all are all home, safe and well. On behalf of Prabha Khaitan Foundation, you know that it is their endeavor to keep everybody's morale up and high in these trying times. So we are continuing with our series of cultural and literary events through different online mediums. Today's guests really need no introduction to the lovers of cinema. Their speciality, both of theirs, is thriller, suspense, drama. We have with us the director of Kahani, Mr. Sujoy Ghosh, and in conversation with him, the executive producer of Kahani and a director in his own right, Mr. Arindam. Sit back, relax, enjoy the session. It promises to be a very interesting one. Thank you.
Thank you, Esha. And it's a wonderful thing. Firstly, I would start by thanking this initiative which PKF has taken up. We all are stuck at our home, Sujoy. You are stuck in UK with your family. We are here in Kolkata. Somewhere down the line, you know, like this sense of togetherness is coming up, is growing within ourselves. And that sense is out of this immense fear of the unknown. Never ever had we in our lives would have thought about this. My first question to you, this is not a question answer session. It's going to be a total adda. And for all of y'all who are watching this show, let me tell you, Sujoy, a great friend, and he is absolutely at ease, bindas, and he's true to his own self. We will talk about how we connected, how we did the films together. That's another story. But my first thing I wanted to, Sujoy, you did Home Delivery, this film right after Jhankar Beats. You know, when I was thinking about starting off this session, I felt that I would ask you this. The tagline of Home Delivery was "Aapko ghar tak." Did you ever think in your life that we would come to this situation where we would all be, we would be absolutely directly, only home delivery is what we would come down to.
You know, right now, this is like after Home Delivery released, and everybody locked themselves in their house in order not to see the film. Everybody was so scared of the film. এত বাজে সিনেমা বাড়ি থেকে বেরোবই না, বেরোলে হোম ডেলিভারি দেখতে হবে। No, jokes aside, no, I don't think in my wildest dream or our wildest dream I imagined anything like that, and I don't wish to imagine anything like that, like this again. খুবই মানে একটা সত্যি খুব একটা খারাপ সিচুয়েশন যেখানে so many people are affected. I mean, আমরা সবাই, and also none of us has any clue as to what is happening. I'm sure হয়তো কেউ জানে, কিন্তু আমি অন্তত জানি না কি হচ্ছে। মানে আমি প্রত্যেক দিন এক একটা করে দিন ধরে এগিয়ে যাচ্ছি। Sorry, am I supposed to speak in English here?
English, Hindi, because there's a cross section of audience.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just saying, you know, I never realized this.
I trust you. I trust your Hindi as much as I do myself.
Yeah, my Hindi, আমার হিন্দি হলে কিন্তু আবার সবাই ঘরে দরজা বন্ধ করবে। Yeah, no, I wish this doesn't happen again. And I know this will also pass, and it's an experience. But this was an experience I would have preferred through films rather than living it myself, you know. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, we'll all.
Yes, of course. Like none of us ever in our wildest of dreams ever wanted a situation like this. And you know, Sujoy, a couple of days back, I had the opportunity of going out on the streets because I had the permission to shoot Kolkata. By the Kolkata police. I had the permission to shoot Kolkata under its lockdown state. So I was shooting with the drone.
Oh, wow.
It was such an eerie experience. You know, the scene, the whole city was, this is not my city. I mean, what I was looking at one aspect, it's so good. We can hear the birds, we feel the clear sky, the beautiful breeze, nothing like it was there around. But at the same time, not a man on the street. I mean, it's deserted. It's the shops are closed. Come to think of it, you know, people can't even go out for their living.
Yeah.
Absolutely, what's happening? We
Yeah.
let us just pray. Let us just pray that things would become all right. And with the Poila Boishakh, Bengali New Year approaching, we all pray that good things will happen to everybody.
Absolutely. No, I pray every day. The quicker this ends, the better it's for, we are still, I'm sad to say, and that we are still in a little privileged position where maybe we all have some savings. We can still dig into our savings. There are people I know on my own set who depend on their daily wages to make a living. And I'm scared, if I was in their situation, I wouldn't have known what to do.
Sujoy, coming to that, actually, we will go back to Kahani and the other stories later. But there's something we got together in our work field, and we became it became very common for both of us. I was your executive producer for Kahani, and I had been an executive producer for very many films. Even I have worked with you closely for Kahani 2 also. And of course, not Badla, because you took Badla on me and you left me and you went out all the way out there. That's that. So, but from there on, right from Jhankar Beats, this whole journey of Sujoy Ghosh till just few days back, we won't talk anything about the film, but we'll talk about Sujoy Ghosh's, role in that film. You were the executive producer for your daughter's film, Bob Biswas, which was shooting at Kolkata. Yeah, and yeah.
My first EP was your film also.
Oh yes, of course. Yes. So yes, of course. I mean, Copy.
Correct.
That was a short film which I directed, and Sujoy, you took all the pins. That was a lovely experience also. So anyway, we have something in common, and that's how I felt we met and we worked together. Is that we have this tremendous tenacity to work under certain kind of budget, coming from where we come from. And, we don't like to waste a lot of money, and we do things under a budget. And you were taking care of Bob Biswas, which was being directed by your daughter in the city of Kolkata. And then you had to leave the film, stop the film because of the, how many days shooting was left, Sujoy?
10 days. 10 days. And 10 days was left. And, but by then we were all, in the back of our head, we were all a little worried. We were all a little concerned. And especially when you, as a producer, you're also responsible. You're also responsible for the safety and the well-being of the people on set. And we were thinking what to do. And, in one hand, you have this need, because you rightly say, it's not my money that I'm spending. I have borrowed the money from someone.
His name is Shahrukh Khan, is it?
Yes. But, but it's still hard-earned money. It's somebody's money which they have entrusted me with. And so we wanted to at least finish the shoot, but then again, the safety and the concern took precedence over money. And Red Chillies was very understanding.
But taking from where exactly, sorry to interrupt, Sujoy, but taking from where we were speaking is we were talking about this junior technicians and this host of people who live on everyday labor. They work, they get paid. That's all. Yeah. So this film stopped. There were so many people in Kolkata from the film industry who were actually thriving on this Hindi film, which was being shot with Abhishek Bachchan and others in the lead in this film. And it's shot. So these people didn't know what to do. And they're all sitting down at home. Like this, there are so many others. You know, even my film was supposed to start from 16th of April, my next Bengali film. That was also supposed to start from 16th of April. You know, like we did the script with the Arijit Biswas. This was a thriller too. That is stopped. You know, these technicians more so, I mean, they are all sitting down at home. What to do, they really don't know. You have a set out there in the open in Kolkata. Now, if the rains come in, what happens to your set? The amount of money that you would lose.
Yeah, but what do you do? You know, but the only thing is, the way we see it, this is nothing personally against me. Nobody has made life difficult for me personally. You know, this is happening to all of us, to you, to me, to everybody across the globe. So
we have to cope it. We have to cope the situation. We have to. So the only thing would be to keep the spirit high, and let's have the spirit of this Adda session also higher. Let's forget coronavirus. Let's talk about Sujoy Ghosh, the virus by itself. You look like a virus. Many of your friends keep telling you. Is it? Sujoy, you don't care to dress up. You are always there like on your own. Whether it's the film sets, whether it's the Filmfare Award, you are just like yourself. You know, I know about the humble background from where you grew up to where you are now. And you may be driving an huge SUV that I had the opportunity of, but then how has it been, this whole thing? And is it because of that you like to keep, or this is your style?
I don't know. I mean, there's no such thing as style, but I think most of us, I would put you in the same category. Most of us who have been born and brought up in Kolkata, I think one thing we have learned very early in life, that is, nobody's going to hand you anything on a plate. Okay, so you'll have to work for it, whether to pass in class, whether to get admission in university, whether to get a job. You'll have to fight for it. Fight in a good sense, not in a bad sense, but you'll have to compete. You may win, you may not win. You know, you can't take things for granted. And I think that has been embedded in us, for good or for the worse, I don't know. So I don't expect, things to happen the way I want it to. I'll work for it. I'll work towards it. I'll do whatever I can in my capacity to make it happen. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I have not always tasted success in my life. You know, I have lots of failures. So, and that's a part and parcel of life. I mean, that's how I have, most of us, I mean, me, my friends, I'm hoping even you, we know, there's nobody out there with a magic wand who'll make things happen. So I think that's it. That's how I have approached life. That's how I looked at life. I have not,
okay, I get your point. Kahani 2012, Kahani 2 2016, Badla 2019. During the time when there are people in the industry who does about 2 films a year, your होता है ना, बहुत सारे ऐसे फिल्म बनाते हैं, साल में 2 फिल्म 3 फिल्म भी बना लेते हैं. So what about you? You love to sit back, relax, because other than these 3 films, you've done a couple of, you did Ahalla and
Anukul.
Anukul and Ahalla, and you did a series for Netflix, which is Typewriter. Yeah.
And I did a short 3 films for Hotstar.
Yeah, of which that series I was a director too.
Yeah, you directed one.
Oh,
Yes, not actually my problem my problem is I write my script and it takes me a while to write, because if I don't write, I wouldn't know how to direct a film. I need to understand my script because I'm not I don't know the technicalities of directing. I have to know. I have to know my script. I have to know my characters. So if I write, I feel I direct better, and hence I get a little carried away by writing. It takes a longer time than I would think, and that's how it has happened. That's why the longer gaps in between. But not that I have kept.
Also, I have noticed, and since I have worked closely with you, you're extremely finicky about your casting. You're extremely finicky about about your locations, and you don't take craps. Like if anybody comes on with some high-handed attitude, whoever it is, whoever that actor may be, let's go above. I mean, you would go for somebody else. Your way of working has always been like this too.
Yeah, it's in a way it's true, but I don't know if there is any other way of working.
Yeah.
Because nobody is above the film, not even me.
I believe in that, absolutely.
Nobody is above the film. So if you are on a set and if you're not loyal to the film, then maybe better you should not be on the set, which includes me also. If today I go on to a film where I'm not being loyal to the film, then I'm doing, and film is not a one-man job. Jyota Shilpo. I mean, all of us work together, 100 or 150 or 200 people work together to make a film. So when you're being disloyal to a film, you are completely insulting the hard work put by all those men, all those people to make a film. So that's how, and because I write, somewhere I know what I want because I'm writing. That's why I'm a little finicky about locations or
you can actually visualize what the same thing which happens with me also. Like you get to visualize, and it is only when, don't you believe that it is only when you get to visualize what you are trying to create and it matches, then only you feel comfortable. Is that it?
Yes, but that, and this is very interesting, actually. This is a very interesting thing you said. Because I'm learning something very new now. See, I wrote Bob Bishas.
Yes.
Okay.
And I know from what time we had been discussing this, yeah, of course.
So when I wrote Bob, I had visual just like with any other film. Very good, very good, very good. So and then I hand the script over to somebody else. এবং তিনি, she has a different vision. So I'm not saying maybe
you fight with your daughter on this.
I'm the worst writer to be on set. As a producer, I'm very good. I can live without even looking at what you're doing. But I've realized as a writer, I'm the most horrible person on the set.
A little bit of experience I've had, because you would tend to whatever the way the person is supposed to act, the way you would have visualized or envisaged the scene would take you to, you would want your director to do the same thing.
Yeah, you should never have me as a writer on set. Never. I mean, I should have myself as a writer on set. Khub baje. I'm the worst person to be on set. So yeah, that's. But at the same time, I'm seeing that my vision can actually be different and better than my vision. So what I thought. So if I give it to Arindam or Dia or Ribu, they can actually make something better than what I had thought. So this realization is quite interesting. আমাদের তো অনেক না কুচ আমার থেকে ভালো কে করবে, but you have to accept there are people who are better than you.
That's a humble way of putting it. But let's come to something more interesting. You are an absolutely bindas director on the floor. You would dance, you would joke, and then you would get your work done. That's a wonderful aspect about you. There is absolutely no tension on your floor. Even if the tension is there, you would take it on yourself. You would see to it how to solve within the production team. You would discuss and solve, but you don't let that go into your actors.
No, you shouldn't also, because I always believed that no matter what work you do, doesn't matter কি করো, তুমি যে রাস্তা ঝাঁটো দিতে পারো, but you should always get up in the morning and look forward to going to work.
Very true.
And I think as a producer, as a director, as whatever, as a part of a team, it's our responsibility to make a happy environment.
I also now would like to bring the topic of someone, Vidya Balan, of course. I mean, let's talk about Vidya, this wonderful lady. I have a lot of, I only got to meet her only through you, but we are very good friends also. And still today, she maintains that cordial relationship. Before I ask you to talk about Vidya, because you are extremely possessive about Vidya, I know that. But I'll tell you something. I'll tell everybody out here who's watching this. We did Kahani. Vidya went back to Mumbai. We maintained a certain kind of a relationship. We kept in touch. Sujoy, she called me up before her marriage one day, just a few days. And she said, Arindam da, I'm getting married and I want your Ashirwad. I mean, who the hell is Arindam Sheel for that matter? I mean, why would she have to call me up, and say this? And she said that I would like to send some sweets for you, for your family. And Arindam da, would you kindly keep a request of mine? So I said, yes, of course, Vidya, tell me, what can I do? So she said, Vidya said that, Arindam da, I would like to send some sweets for the technicians who work with me in Kahani in Kolkata. This is the aspect of Vidya I wanted to come over to. And she did send, I came back home to find that there are dabbas of those sweets,
Those atomic bomb
those atomic bomb laddus, and it had come over, and the technicians, they felt so great, they felt so happy.
No, she that way. Again, I think Vidya has never forgotten her origin, whatever, the where she came from. And I think, like, she was probably on Kahani, the kind of grueling shoot that we had, without any money, without anything, we were just shooting day and night. I think she was the source of inspiration for everybody. I still remember she finished 2 days before the film finished. Okay, and the last 2 days we had to shoot without her. It was like somebody has died.
Absolutely.
Didi nahi. Didi nahi.
Actually, people cried on the set.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm like, I'm the one who's helping you. I'm writing, and they're like, no, Didi nahi, ki hobe? Are ki hobe mane cinema kar. But the absolute love people had for her, the absolute respect, and this is just by behaving well with people, nothing more, nothing less. Vidya behaves well with people. She makes you feel good about yourself.
But wouldn't you agree, Sujoy, that this is something which is so very common with everybody who's made it big in life? Everybody who's in the true sense successful, coming from Vidya to, if we talk about Big B, Mr. Bachchan. Again, I met Mr. Bachchan through you and through Ovik and Shujit, of course. So that's the loveliness of that human being also. I mean, he's so particular on the floor. He's so courteous. He's so humble. He's so focused about his work. There's so much to learn from him. And I remember Mr. Bachchan saying that, abhi to hame बहुत सारे डायरेक्टर्स है ही नहीं जो हमें काम पे लेते हैं. ये सुजॉय घोष है, सुजीत सरकार है, ये कई हैं जिनके लिए हम काम करते रहते हैं. Such a lovely human being.
Sir is the most humble human being on earth, I think. I sometimes I feel he's too humble, but he, again, the person has to be bigger than the star.
Yes.
And I've seen that in case of whether it's Vidya, whether it's Sir is another league. That league cannot be touched.
Absolutely.
But they're bigger human being than whether they're whatever their profession is. And a lot to learn from them. Lot to learn, especially the fact if you see Sir, he still works as hard, I'm assuming, as he did on the first day of his shoot.
Yeah. I remember, Sujoy, we were having this adda after, the shoot of Teen had got over in Kolkata. We were having this adda at Oberoi. And somebody asked, somebody from the technical team, I said, I think, asked him that, why do you still keep on coming on time, sir? And we have to like come half an hour before. To which I remember, and I always quote this. I always quote him. He said that, I came in this industry at a time when I used to get roles that because of others were rejected, and others were rejected because there was this industry का norm था कि देर से आएंगे, सुबह 10 बजे का call time है, 4 बजे हम आएंगे. There were a lot of this, and from there I started getting roles. That's what he said. And he said one more thing which is very important. Till date, I don't want to give my role away to anybody else. Oh, wonderful. And there are so many things about, if we keep talking, it will need another session if we keep talking about Mr. Bachchan. But you are extremely close to him and his family. And what is it like working with Abhishek Bachchan right now? We remember discussing that we always felt that Abhishek is somebody who is less utilized, isn't it?
I think Abhishek is amazing. I am working with him as a producer. I'm working with him as a friend. But from what I see, what he's delivering is pretty amazing. And again, my thing is when I'm working, I need to be with people I'm happy working with. And he's a very nice person to work with. So somewhere, even if, God forbid, if there's any deficiency in him or in me, we'll still make it up together. But the fact is we're happy working together. So that really matters to me. So and as an actor, he's phenomenal. And his dedication has now gone to another level. I mean, for Bob, he has put on some extra 60 kgs of weight. So, but I'm saying, this is a new Abhishek that I'm seeing. This is another, he's the new age actor now. He's not that, he could have easily remained in that old Abhishek category.
He used to be, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not. He's the new Abhishek. He's Abhishek 2.0. So, which is great fun. It's great fun to see. So I'm a little jealous that Dia is getting that. I'm hoping to get that soon.
Talking about actors, there's another actor I would like to talk about because I like her a lot, and I am actually, I myself am looking forward to work with her sometime. I've told her that in as many words, but you, of course, went over to work with her. Tapsi Pannu.
Pannu, yes. What about Pannu?
Yeah.
See, I saw this film called Chashme Baddur.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this fat girl, curly hair, Chashma. And I really liked her. And I thought, one day I'll work with her. And I told her, I'll work with her. What, you typical. So, and then since then we have been in touch, and we have been really wanting to make a film. In fact, that film, a film called Reunion, which you are also very aware of. So Reunion was a film Tapsi really, really wanted to do. And I wanted to do also. But it never happened, neither in Hindi nor in Bengali, which you were trying. So since then, we wanted to work together. And what I liked about Tapsi is, again, her zest, her hunger to keep doing good work. You know, she just wants to work. She doesn't want to stop. She wants to work. She wants to work. And
she's very focused. She's extremely finicky about the kind of character, what she'll get, and she wants to do new stuff in every film.
That way she's very irritating. But only before the shoot. So before the shoot, like on Badala, my God, she made my life miserable. Ye kyun, hana kyun, tana kyun, alana falana, din ka whatever, chhede de ma, kede machi. Tarpor, but once she agreed, then it was a smooth sail. But she's a very, very dear friend, and I can probably get away with anything with her. You know, I can tell her whatever to do, and but her dedication is on another level. You know, and that's what I'm seeing. You know, you have to be dedicated to your craft, otherwise
you are nowhere. This is an industry which is extremely selfish. It is cutthroat. It won't let you stay. Coming to that line which you said some time back about, I want to be comfortable. I'm comfortable with people whom I work with. And because of this, Sujoy, there's this wonderful element of you. You would work with your same art director, you would work with your same cameraman. You started off with Goirik and you kind of would use him whichever way, whether it's in typewriter, whether it's in Bob Biswas. The same set of production boys, the same set of technicians, you would take them with you abroad. From Kolkata, not from Bombay, to shoot with you. And then at times life gives it back to you.
I'm comfortable with them. You know, they have been instrumental in my success. You know, people say I made kahani. I didn't make kahani. They made kahani. These are the people who work their ass off to make kahani for me. I was there. I was definitely there. But at the same time, Kaushik, Barik, Setu, T2, you know, all my team, my Namrata, Goirik, who was doing making of at that point of time, but they were all working as hard, if not more.
Absolutely.
So,
all of them.
So I like being with people as much as I can with them, as much as I can incorporate them within me. I will.
Will I let the audience know about the secret of Sujoy Ghosh when he comes to Kolkata? What is the first thing that he wants to eat? Chili chicken?
Yes.
Mandarin chili chicken?
No, Kolkata is food. Yeah. Now, how can you go to Kolkata and not eat? I mean, that is sacrilege. That is committing a crime. You should be put to jail if you don't eat in Kolkata. So yes, Kolkata. Yeah, it's very, very. মানে জন্মেছি তো আমার জন্মস্থান, so it's very close to the heart.
That's why you keep trying your best to bring all your films down to Kolkata.
Yeah.
Or is it just because of that, or the structure, the look of Kolkata, the feel of Kolkata is also very intriguing?
No, see, my first and foremost loyalty is to the film. I will not make a film for Kolkata. I will set a film in Kolkata if it suits the narrative of the film. Otherwise, I'll take it to Glasgow. Or I'll take it to Kalimpong. Kintu আমি চেষ্টা করি কলকাতাকে রাখতে. I mean, I try to keep Kolkata there, but if I can't, then I will go wherever it is. But yes, I love Kolkata because I think I understand the city. I think I can utilize the city to add emotion and character to the film. And probably you and I would have done the same thing if we were both from Lucknow. Then we would have kept going back to Lucknow or Delhi or Chennai.
But you're extremely demanding, Sujoy. You're extremely demanding. And
yeah, but that's where you come in. No, I know I'm demanding, but that's where you come in because you can suffice those demands.
You kind of know the kind of things that you've made me do.
I know, and I'm extremely grateful for it.
No gratefulness. GT Road, we were shooting. Chandan Nagar, the main artery from where people go in and come out. It was locked. And it was locked to shoot the accident scene of Vidya Balan.
Yeah, but at the same GT road on the, and just imagine on GT road filled with mud, dust, hana tana, ghonar dim, nana rakomer virus, and in that one girl without any hesitation
Absolutely.
lied on that road, on that dirty road for hours on end. That is Vidya Balan. Salute to her.
Absolutely. These are the things which make them what they are, which make people big, I suppose. And there's so much to learn from all this. And
Like I said, their loyalties to the film, Arindam. I mean, that's it. Film is the temple. You know, that's the. So that's an incredible character to have.
So now with wherever we stand, we actually don't know when we go out to the streets to start shoot again. None of us know. We actually don't have any idea. We actually don't have any idea, Sujoy, that when the theaters would open, even if the lockdown is taken up, when would the theaters be ready for regular releases? That also, I don't think it will be not before the pujas or Diwali. It's that bad. Coming from a situation like this, OTT, the OTT platforms have been taking up, and you know right now, of course, the maximum time spent is on OTT. And since you have done a big amount of work, you know, you worked on Typewriter and this series for Netflix, and Netflix can be so demanding because I'm interacting with them right now, I know. So, so what is this experience of yours from big screen to OTT, and how would you put it? I mean, how would you put it about cinema of the future and OTT of the future?
I don't know. See, my personal experience is very different. First, we made feature film. And then suddenly I had to make a film where I had to tell a whole story in 12 minutes. Okay, so I was making this short film called Laholla, and where I had to tell a whole.
Another lovely actor you worked with, Radhika Apte. She's a sweetheart. Absolutely.
Radhika to chilo, kintu Gurudevo chilen.
I
got to work with Soumitra Chatterjee. One more time I will work with Soumitra. So, no, but you know, for me, the most fascinating part about whether I made a short film or a 1 hour television film or a series for Netflix or feature film, the exciting part is in the writing. So you have to keep changing your mindset every time you write something like this. Like a 12-minute film is a different mindset to a series on Netflix or any digital platform where there is no badhon in your head. You know, there is no fence, there is no pachil, there is no dewal.
No barrier whatsoever.
Correct. So you are absolutely free to write, and suddenly you realize that the things I used to say when I was writing a film, ish, jodi ektu freedom petam, I would have written this, I would have written that, you know.
Very true. Very true.
But when you're writing a series where you have no restriction, you actually incorporate the restriction in yourself. So you're writing a rough character. If this rough character I was writing for a film, I would have made him, why isn't he abusing? He's a rough character. He has to abuse. And I'm thinking, they don't let me abuse. So I mean, grumbling, I'm writing. Here I have all freedom to abuse. Suddenly I'm thinking, why is he abusing so much? He doesn't have to abuse in every sentence. So, you know, it's interesting to see how you yourself change when you're writing, and those restrictions you were hoping wouldn't exist, you are actually imposing it on yourself. You know, like you want to show this, you want to show violence, you want to show nudity, but when it actually comes to writing, you're thinking, cano.
Exactly.
So my experience in writing has been I get very happy when I'm writing. So I become a different person when I'm writing a series versus a short film versus whatever is bhalo. So, and I think OTT digitals are a huge player in the future. because we are used to control. As human beings, we are used to control. We like control, and that's what the platforms offer us: control. The pause button, the play button, and the download button. So I think that will keep continuing. Cinema will always be more of a social outing, where we will all go out as outing, and probably will be enjoying the big screen spectacle. But I think the only two things which will remain in cinema in time to come is either the film is big or the thought is big.
True.
Anything else will.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, that's true. It could be complete. I mean, I made home delivery. Yeah, what do I know? So
there was Aladdin also.
Aladdin.
But no, but the best aspect about you is your humbleness to accept. And that is why I suppose you made Kahani. That is why you made Badla. You have been able to, because as makers, as filmmakers, if we become full of ourselves, if we are always standing on a pedestal telling to ourselves that, okay, whatever we do is the best, I mean, then we are dead. We have to take in, criticisms. And so we'll end up with the last question, and there's Esha waiting out here, and we'll take questions from the audience also. So my last question, it's that another secret of Sujoy Ghosh is that you watch films and series in plenty. And you keep telling me also, Arindam, eta dak, Arindam, ota dekhecho eta. So for our audience, what are the last few films or series you would recommend that has been good watch for you?
See, right now I'm সব পুরনো সিনেমা দেখছি।
আচ্ছা।
তো ওগুলো খুব ভালো। একটু আজ থেকে কিলিং ইভের সিজন 3 আরম্ভ হবে, সেটা দেখবো। So I'll see season 3 of Killing Eve. But I keep watching. I watch. মানে caste, creed, religion, no bar. I will watch anything.
And the big Kishore Kumar fan you are?
Huh?
We cannot end without saying that. The big Kishore Kumar fan you are.
Yes, that I know. But one day the world will know. we must make sure, Arindam, we must make sure that one day the world should know how big a Kishore Kumar fan we are.
Anyway, so we'll end here. Sujoy, it's been wonderful as always.
Thank you.
To you.
And can I say something to the audience? Am I allowed?
Of course.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, all I want to say is, this man who's been interviewing me has been crucial in the success of all my film, because of which I'm getting interviewed today. When I came to Kolkata after a massive 2 flops of Home Delivery and Aladdin, nobody even looked at me. But this man, when I went and I asked him for his help to help me to make Kahani, he pulled out all stops, to help me to make Kahani. So whatever you see of me, he also has a very strong role to play. That's all I want to say. You have accepted all that. He saying good things about me, but the man is very talented.
Thank you, Sujoy. Thank you. But it's always first cinema. Esha.
Okay, thank you. That was really a very, very insightful session, and I'm sure all cinema lovers and those who watch Kahani especially would have enjoyed it thoroughly. So we have one question. Just hold on. I'll just read out the question.
There's some problem with the connection.
Just a second. I've just gone off.
No, that's fine, but we can hear you, Esha. You can shoot the question.
Sorry.
You can shoot the question, Esha. We can hear you.
Just a second. I'm just catching the question. Hold on.
Cool. There's enough time for all of us to hold on. We are holding on to ours at length.
Am I back on now?
Yes, of course, we're back.
Okay, so just a second. Just the question now. Okay, so the box office success is measured by figures after a Friday. But we see stalwarts like yourself making movies that are unique and non-conformist. Can creativity ever be really measured? And by putting a number of and by putting a number, do successful movies, I think she's reframed this a little wrong. And by putting a number of judged successful movies, do we curb creativity? I didn't get exactly what she's trying to say by that. That's Akriti from Jaipur. Oh, and by putting a number to judge successful movies, do we curb creativity?
That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah. So did you get it, or do we want me to repeat the question?
No, get it. Kintu, who has to answer this question?
You, Mr. Sujoy.
Sujoy, sorry, that's for you, Sujoy.
No, okay. Again, the sad part, or rather the real part of filmmaking is actually there is somebody who's investing money for us to make a film. Okay. So whether we like it or not, no matter what my creative passion is, what my level, creativity, whatever it's, however we call it, the fact is the movie has to make money. The movie has to make money for someone to feel good about investing that money. So the ideal situation is where we make a film where we are creatively satisfied and the movie makes money. I mean, ideally, that's what I would want to do. I would not want to make a film where I am creatively satisfied, but everybody around me is crying their eyes out. So yes, I think there's a balance where you have to have certain financial success as along with creative success to measure it. I believe in that.
Okay, there's one more question. When is a good time to rein yourself in? Often we are too carried away with the prospects of what we can potentially do. That's from Anushka.
Sorry, what was the first part, Esha?
What is a good time to rein yourself in? Sometimes you tend to get carried away, is what she's saying.
We were talking about Sujoy getting carried away as a scriptwriter. Yeah.
I think in the process of filmmaking is what she's talking about.
Yes.
You know, to exercising, like you have to rein yourself in at some point or you tend to get carried away.
Yes.
Yeah, we do, but it's really hard to understand when you're getting carried away. The only time you're getting carried away when you're overspending. Like you have a budget of 100 rupees and you have spent 110, you're getting carried away. But creatively, it's very hard to quantify when, at least for me, I don't know about Arindam. For me, it's very hard to, because as directors, we are very, like Arindam was saying, very finicky, very demanding, very greedy about I need this, I need that, I need that. I can say so many things, but if Arindam tomorrow comes and says, okay, I'll give you this, but you have to give me 100 rupees in return, then I'm saying, nah, Arindam, why 100 rupees? Yeah, do it for 10 rupees. Arindam, like, go away. It's very hard. So I think that financial lockdown is important for us not to get carried.
We need to justify the money backup that is there to an extent. That's of course there. Yeah.
That's financially. And what about from the creative aspect? Do you think you ever need to kind of exercise control?
Control, it comes naturally, like we were discussing, like for example, when you're writing for a OTT platform, let's say, where there's no boundaries in writing. Okay. So you can make a character do anything you want. Okay, whether male or female, you can basically make that character do whatever you want, which you probably can't do on a feature film arena. But while you're doing that, you yourself will get that parameters, you'll start forming those parameters in your head. Why are we doing this? Why are we taking this step? So I think that comes very naturally.
If I may add this to this, Sujoy, to say something after that?
No,
I'll add.
You say.
Okay. So if I may add to this, Esha, it's, the creative pursuit, that's there. We would like to creatively, the way we have envisaged, the way we have thought, visualized our film, we would want to do it. But it may not be possible also, always. You know what I'm trying to say? Say, for example, I want to take a shot like a 1917 shot taking. You know the way they did it. They spent 40 days of rehearsal of the whole film to take those shots. You know, the kind of money with which we work in, we may not be able to do it. So our creative pursuit, we have to take a rein. We have to hold them back. We have to use other ways and means of doing that kind of a shot, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have one question and it's from Priyanka and I think she's asking it on audio. I think Manisha will put her on.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Priyanka.
Hi,
we can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon and thank you for this wonderful session. And I do agree with you, Mr. Sujoy, that Calcutta, it's criminal if you're not there to eat, because even I'm a Calcutta born. I have two questions. One, that all Ahalya, Anukul or Badla all have these massive plot twists. So do you plan it that way, that it should end like that, or it just happened? And my second question is that you are a Satyajit Ray fan, and you remake Badla. I mean, the Invisible Guest as Badla. So, do you plan to remake any of Satyajit Ray movies like Felu Chand or something?
Sujoy.
Yeah.
Even before you answer, may I just do a small correction? And that is, Badla is not a remake of Invisible Guest. Badla is an adaptation. And we need to understand the difference between remakes and adaptation. That's very important. Badla is an adaptation. Let's take it that way.
Okay, I correct myself.
Thank you.
Priyanka, two things. Yeah, the twist, they are kind of, I would not put a twist for the sake of putting a twist, because then it becomes a gimmick, So all this while with Kahani and Ahalya, the twist where, it just came with the story. It wasn't there to, to say that I'm smart or how clever I am. It just came with the story. With Onukul and Badla, they were already written. So I didn't have to do that. Satyajit Ray had written Onukul. The gentleman called Oriol Paulo had written The Invisible Guest. So those two were given to me on a plate. So I just took them. So, it's just a coincidence, but I will not, the twist is something, if it's organic, I will keep it. If it's not, I would rather not have, otherwise, because it makes no sense otherwise. And to the second question, whether I would want to adapt Ray film or not, the answer is not, because I don't think I'm talented enough to touch or even go 10 meter or 10 mile near his film. And let those films be. We will not touch those. No. At least I won't. I'll take from them. I'll learn from them. I'll incorporate them.
There could be inspirations. There could be tributes. Like...
not could be. There always will be. If you see any of my films, always be sure.
Of course. Same goes with me. Each and every film of mine.
Okay, one more audio question from Vedula ji. Please go ahead.
सुजॉय जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
सुजॉय जी, आपने कहा है कि आपको अपनी फिल्मों की कहानी खुद लिखना अच्छा लगता है और आपने ऐसा किया है। आप ऐसा क्यों करना चाहते हैं, या क्या जरूरत है आपकी? और दूसरा पार्ट होगा मेरे क्वेश्चन का कि भविष्य में अगर कोई बहुत अच्छी सी कहानी आपको मिल जाती है तो उसमें बिना किसी बदलाव के क्या आप उसे अपनाएंगे?
वेदुला जी, द रीजन मैं खुद लिखता हूँ क्योंकि लाइक आई सेड ना, मैं कोई ट्रेन डायरेक्टर नहीं हूँ। मैं वैसा निर्देशक नहीं हूँ कि आज मुझे आप एक स्क्रिप्ट दोगे, मैं उसको लेके बोलूंगा अरे चलो करते हैं। मुझे उसको समझना पड़ता है, तो मुझे बहुत होमवर्क करना पड़ता है बिफोर आई कैन एक्चुअली गो ऑन अ फ्लोर। इसीलिए अगर मैं खुद लिखूं तो मुझे समझ में आता है कि ये चरित्र का ये है, ये लोकेशन का ये है, ये कहानी ऐसे जा रहा है और इधर पे ये हो रहा है, तो मुझे वो फिल्म समझ में आता है। लेकिन दूसरों का क्या होता है, मुझे वो समझ में नहीं आता है कि जिन्होंने लिखे हैं वो किस विजन में उसको लिखा है और विजन में कैसे उसको दूं। तो वही डर से मैं कभी किसी का स्क्रिप्ट लेता नहीं हूँ। एक ही स्क्रिप्ट आज तक लिया, वो है बदला, और वो भी मैंने थोड़ा बहुत अपनाया। उसके ऊपर मैंने करीबन 6 से 7 महीना काम किया, तो समझने के लिए भैया इन्होंने लिखा क्या है, इसको मैं कैसे, उसके बाद ही जाके मुझ में थोड़ा हिम्मत आया कि हाँ चलो मैं ये पिक्चर बनाता हूँ।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुजय जी।
अरे थैंक यू वेदिलोज।
Okay, thank you. I think that's the end of the question. Just before we close, I had one small question. The way you structured Kahani, both the Kahanis 1 and 2 were structured in such a way that they're individual stories in themselves. So like I was asking, can we expect a Kahani 3 then?
If we get a good script, yes.
Okay. And the protagonist will remain Vidya.
Kahani is Vidya. I mean, you can make Kahani.
You cannot
without
use
me.
the title.
Yeah, you can make Kahani without me, but I don't think you can make Kahani without Vidya.
True. Very
Right.
true.
Okay, thank you so much. That was really, really a lovely session. Really had a lovely evening. Thank you, gentlemen, both. And I take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Sri Cements, and of course, Prabha Khaitan Foundation for keeping these series alive. Thank you once again. Good evening.
Thank you. See you, everybody. Stay home, stay safe.
Stay
Bye.
safe. Yeah. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye-bye. Thank you.